After 3 o'clock now, this is Jack Carney on the telephone. Hello? Hello? He won't answer me. Hello?
What?
Are you there?
Of course.
Oh. I have a long distance, on the long distance telephone here, one of your absolute favorites. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, absolute favorite.
Howdy doody.
Nice talking to you again.
This is your mystery voice.
You didn't call to borrow more money.
Yes. Please, Dad, send more money. We're having fun at camp.
You are the mystery voice. Let's give them a few clues about who and what you are.
Watch yourself.
All right?
I've never been on your TV show.
You've never been on my TV show. That's clue number one.
That should narrow it down to two people.
Narrows it down, yes. To you and Richard Nixon.
Right.
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 How are you, Cos?
Good shape. Good shape. Sitting here overlooking my office.
Yeah.
With about 900 scripts for the television series.
What television series?
The Bill Cosby series, which will be coming out next fall.
What kind of a show is it going to be?
It's about a school teacher, man.
You play a school teacher?
Play a school teacher who is just happens to be a school teacher, a human being type person, who, because of the low pay, has to go out and find little odd jobs around town. And that's what it's about a human being type guy.
Aren't you going to miss Bobby Culp a little bit?
Of course.
Yeah.
But Bob's office is right across the hall from mine. He's writing movies and doing movies and stuff like that.
Is the Bill Cosby Show, the new one, is that the one you were thinking about doing up here?
Yes. Yes.
But you decided not to?
No. Mainly because Camille, my wife, is expecting. And
she's always expecting.
Well, that's married life, man. That's the groovy part about it. And, I didn't want to hop up to San Francisco and hop back, and this is the home base, so we're going to shoot it here.
So you won't do anything up here, any of the show?
Well, I don't know yet. We are going to do some things, some location work,
The Tom and Dick Smothers are talking about doing a show up here.
Well, it certainly would be wonderful. It's a beautiful city to shoot, and also a beautiful city to live in, But it's just that the kid, the baby's coming soon, and we already moved into a new house and everything.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of fruitless just to pack up and split.
Did you do anything really wild with the new house? I mean, let's face it, you've made a few dollars in the last few years. Is there anything that you ever really wanted to have in a house, like a projection booth or something? Did you do anything really groovy with this house?
Yeah.
What?
I put up an indoor handball court.
Come on.
I have my own YMCA.
You didn't really put in an indoor handball court.
Yes, I did.
No kidding.
That's about it. Anytime you come in town, man, we'll play right there. Mostly my wife put it up because she's narrowing the amount of excuses I have to leave the house down to zero.
I see. In other words, if you say I'm going out to play handball, she'll say you can just go in there and play handball.
Just go right down the cellar there.
Yeah.
Just going down and hit the ball.
Yeah.
And come out.
How's Camille feeling, by the way? Everything
She's in good shape, man.
Yeah.
But, we're anytime soon now.
Not any minute.
No, but anytime soon.
Yeah.
And that'll be girl number 3.
No, you'll get a boy this time.
No, my grandfather talked to me yesterday, long distance, and he told me once you get the mold already set, it's hard to break it. So that's it for me.
Eddie Cantor had 5 daughters.
Yes, indeed, and I believe all those stories. Because it's happening here right before my very eyes.
The Cosby girls.
Yes, indeed. Here they are, dancing into your heart.
Listen, I saw you on the Johnny Carson show, and I wanted to ask you a question. Because what the heck? How many new ideas are there for a television show these days? And the TV show that I've been doing up here is a similar thing in concept. Similar. Did you find that it's easy work or hard work doing sitting behind that desk?
Well, aside from the boo-boo, which was made, in reference to the communion services with the Catholic Church,
yeah,
and having made the apology, and clearing that up so that the people who happen to have been offended, and people who didn't really know me, or people who didn't like me anyway, who happened to be watching the show, who wrote in and said, all kinds of remarks and everything, even after I had made the apology, which was, really sincere, because I have no intention of, of hurting people or upsetting people that I like, or people that I have nothing against. And certainly I have nothing against, the Catholic Church. After that was all out of the way, and also running it through the week, I found, pardon me, that I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, the things that I personally would do with that show is I would certainly try and make it the kind of show, not necessarily controversial, but I would like to bring on some pieces from the Broadway stage, the plays. And this is also so that people traveling to New York, and certainly they do have, hundreds of thousands of people coming in there as tourists, so they can get an idea of what a play is about rather than just reading the review, so that they can know what a certain off-Broadway play is saying, what they're doing, to be able to bring on new talent, not really polished or exceptionally fantastic new talent, but to give new talent a chance, or to even give them that feeling that here it is. I am on the Tonight Show. I am being seen by millions of people. Give them that responsibility. So a great thing that happens, man, when people find out they're going on the show and it's national, in that that particular act that they have, they soon begin to feel that it is not as great as they thought it was. All their little insecurities come out, and they begin to polish and work to kind of get it to be a better thing.
Cos, when you're sitting there on the Carson Show, any idea how many people are looking at you at any given minute?
No, I don't really. Somewhere around 14 million, I guess, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's a late night thing, and it's something that people still want to watch a little bit of the tube, or they feel that this is an hour and a half of entertainment. But there's so many commercials that run on that thing, back and forth and in and out, man. It's just a little difficult to get a good conversation going.
You lose your momentum, don't you?
Yeah, some guy's talking about something really important, and then you see the light flash, and you have to get on, with a commercial. There, as I said before, there are things that I would like to do with this show. I'd like to make it a little more informal, because it's a nighttime thing, and I like to treat it that way. People are in bed, they got their feet up, and it's just before you're dropping off to sleep. Don't mean to make it a sloppy thing, but just kind of keep it like you're having fun, man, and enjoying it.
If you joined us late, I'm talking to Bill Cosby, by the way. Bill, I understand that Johnny Carson never, or very rarely, makes a point of meeting any guests that comes on to the show, assuming that he hasn't met them before, that he doesn't like to meet them first and talk to them, that he meets them on camera for the very first time. Would your approach in the nights you did the show, did you feel the same way? Did you want to meet these people ahead of time, or did you want to wait until you're on camera? How did you handle it?
Some I did, some I didn't.
Yeah.
I think, and I can't speak for John, but I think that John's philosophy may be that he himself would feel fresher, when upon meeting a person for the first time, that it would really be, a truthful meeting. So that he could play a fresh sort of thing. Like when I had Satchel Paige on the show, of course I couldn't stop myself from going out to see him, because I had never met Satchel before in my life, man. And I went out and just rapped with him early. Gloria Steinem, who was on the show, I had never seen nor talked to before, and she came on, and I kind of rapped to her. But I would say it all depends. I had never met Edward Horton before, and I didn't see him at all. And it depends if the office says, hey, Edward Everett Horton wants to just chit chat with you and have coffee. I have no objection to that. And I'm sure that John wouldn't either. It's just that that job, man. A lot of people say, well, why does he go on vacation? Why does he do that? Well, just think about it, man. That's 5 days a week that this cat has to work. And there's no real vacation as such. And you do that year in and year out, man. Every night.
Mm-hmm.
One, you're bound to make mistakes. Number two, you're bound to run into people you don't like. And three, it gets to be awfully, awfully tiring. I hold the highest esteem for Johnny Carson for what he does on that show, man.
Do you know him very well? Have you gotten to know him very well?
No, but I think that the respect,
No, I know you mean professional respect, but I just wondered if personally you'd gotten to know him, because I've never met anybody who does.
No, not really. There are some people that John really, really digs, and I think that's the way it should be, man.
Mm-hmm.
There are many people who work around here for me in the office that, I never get to see, that I don't hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
And it isn't an antisocial kind of thing. It's just something that, why try and make friends with somebody just because you respect their talent? Because, what they do off stage may be something different altogether.
Bill, with the record company that you formed, Tetragrammaton Records, and with the TV show, the one finished and the new one coming up, you must have a big organization, the Cosby organization. There must be a lot of people involved.
Yes, we have 4 employees here.
Come on.
And I carry a heavy whip.
How many people are there really?
We play Frankie Lane's Mule Train every half hour. And then they run around doing their thing.
Yeah.
Got about 80 people involved here.
That's a long way to go in a short span of time, Bill Cosby. You know that?
Well, listen, I don't look at it that way. I kind of look at it as, it's a fantastic and a marvelous medium to be able to sit down and do some of the things that you wanted to do,
mm-hmm.
and also to find out that there are even more things that you think about that you can lay out, and that's the groovy and great part about it. Now, I've watched your show, and I have a couple of things to say to you.
Just a minute.
Are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, now I want you to relax a little bit more.
Okay, thank you.
Take your hairpiece off.
All right.
Set it down on a table.
Uh-huh.
Let the people see.
What if it bites me?
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, just let your hairpiece down, man. Don't worry. See, I think the thing that upsets most viewers
mm-hmm.
is if they see you trying
mm-hmm.
and you're failing at what you're trying to do,
mm-hmm.
then that upsets them. It isn't that they just don't want to watch you because you're embarrassing.
I see.
To them, not to yourself.
Glad I reached you.
Because you're probably just happy doing what you're doing.
Yes.
But what I want you to do is I want you to relax more
mm-hmm.
and have fun,
mm-hmm.
man. Have fun with what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And always do like me. If you're out of line and if you're wrong and you've offended people you don't want to offend, tell them the next day, because that's what
I've never offended anybody.
Well, you've offended me many times. I see little fleas flying out of your hairpiece. I've written you letters. You've never answered my letters or nothing.
I hope that your career goes straight down from this point, Cosby.
After the routine I did about 2 weeks ago, I'm not too sure where it's going. It's kind of drifting sideways now. It's kind of difficult to tell people, get them to believe that you're sincerely sorry about a routine. Some of them still want to set you on fire at the stake, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Well, Bill, I thought when I heard about that whole big thing that developed, and it blew over as they always do, I thought about something that I thought maybe you had forgotten or maybe you weren't aware of. But I remember 5-6 years ago when Noah came out on the first Bill Cosby album, and I remember playing it on the air, and I remember phone calls coming in to the effect that it was offensive.
Yeah.
And that the people calling, and they were nice people,
sure.
felt that it shouldn't be put on the air. Now, in the span of whatever it is, 5 or 6 years, number one, not only could Noah be played on the air today, and is played, with no problem at all, but I'm sure you don't have another piece of material that is more requested. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but I agree with you about Noah, but the Catholic routine.
No. Of course, that was
itself.
It was a mistake.
I took that routine out. It isn't even going to be put on the record, and that routine will no longer
mm-hmm.
be played again. However, that's because of the communion wafer, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that that's right, you know,
Mm-hmm.
after, you know, listening to Ed McMahon, who was very groovy and talked to me about it, you know. Thank goodness there are people like Ed and many other people who wrote in and said, you know, hey, you know, it was out of line, and I know that you didn't mean to, you know, to really offend.
Well, I made a few notations here, not on that show, but on some of the other Johnny Carson shows. I have a few criticisms for you.
My hairpiece.
Your hairpiece, number one,
Yes.
terrible.
Yes.
Number two, you are arrogant, overbearing, and rude.
And self-indulgent.
And that's number three.
Oh.
Number four, you're having too much fun with what you're doing.
Oh.
This happens to be a job.
Yes.
And you're not businesslike enough.
Gotta be business.
And pay more attention to the commercials.
Please.
And smile more.
Yes.
All right?
Especially the commercials.
Did you write that?
You know, it's bad though, man. Now your show is so groovy because you don't have any commercials because no sponsors really want you. That's the whole thing you try to shoot for. Now that's where I envy you. You see. No, but the bad thing about it, man, is that Walt Calloway's down here catching bees.
Mm-hmm.
I have a beehive in my office.
Mm-hmm.
And Walter's catching bees and kissing them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, to talk to somebody and get into something interesting, or to talk to someone and have that thing hanging over your head that you know you can only talk for 1 minute and then there's a commercial coming up.
Right.
That's the thing that really got me, man. And that's why I admire John so much, man, because he knows, you know, like how to get 1 minute out of a person and then get ready to go into a commercial. That's the groovy part about him.
And you know, the important thing, Bill, is to stay in control, because a guest can run away with you and you can't stop them, and you can't, you know.
You better believe it.
You've got to maintain control at all times. And when you're...
Well, that's one of the things I put in your letter.
My letter. I didn't get the letter. Was there a check in that letter?
Yes, it was.
Wait a minute. 24 minutes after 3 o'clock. This is Bill Cosby on the horn, by the way. When are you going to come up and do the television show with me?
I'm going to come up and do your show, and I'm going to show you.
Yes.
I'm going to show you not how to do your show,
Mm-hmm.
because that is out of line. That's no-no.
No.
But I'm going to show you how I can be a perfect guest on your show.
Mm-hmm.
I will come on,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever you do or whatever you say, I will be perfectly wonderful.
You will.
And then you will know how it feels to have someone on your show who really digs you. Now, I know a lot of people come on your show. They don't know you, man. They don't know you like I know you. They don't love you like I love you. You know? You're waiting for something, aren't you?
The zinger.
No, but that's the truth. That's the truth. I'm going to come up and I'm going to do your show.
When?
How long? When is it before you go off the air?
Well, I know we've got 2 more weeks firm.
Oh, you got for free. Yeah. See, now this is the way you should have fun.
Yeah.
See, you just sit there, man, and just let it kind of all hang out there. You know.
When are you coming?
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I got a schedule here that says I have to go every place in the world, man. And I may sneak in on you. You shoot it at night, don't you?
Thursday afternoons at 5:30.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Well, that's kind of groovy.
Thursday afternoon.
I'm working this week.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that I'll be up there to surprise you shortly, man.
How will I know you?
You will know me by the number of people following me and throwing stones.
Will you give my love to Camille?
Yes, I will, man.
Hey, let me know when the baby comes, for heaven's sake.
Well, I will. I hope it's a boy.
Yeah.
Because I got a bet going with Walt. I got to buy him season tickets to the Rams game. And I certainly... Hey, listen, man. 49ers got a good kid in Washington. Please do something with him.
Do you want to get a little bet down as 49ers versus Rams, wins and loses and that kind of thing?
No, because I always root for the 49ers. Kermit Alexander is a very personal friend of mine, and I would never bet against him.
Well, then why did you just mention the Rams?
I mentioned the Rams because that's the only football we can see up here.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I see.
You understand all
I've got that now.
Now, what I want you to do is I want you to call the 49er office.
I'll call him right now.
Tell him that Bill's going to bet on him this year to win the championship.
Tell Kermit that Bill is betting on him to win the championship.
Tell Gene Washington catch a lot of passes.
All right, got that.
Brody to loosen up.
Loosen up.
Stay loose at all times.
And have fun with what he's doing.
Please have fun with what you're doing.
Okay.
Except the interceptions.
Okay.
Right.
Got it.
All right. And tell the Warriors,
Mm-hmm.
if the Warriors are listening,
Mm-hmm.
tell them that secretly
Mm-hmm.
I am rooting for them tonight.
Okay.
Tell them the Lakers are 3-point favorites.
But you're rooting for the Warriors.
I'm rooting for the Warriors. I'm going to watch it at home.
Uh-huh.
And as you know, whatever team I root for, they come through. Remember Temple with the NIT.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people said it couldn't be done.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do that.
Any other messages?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Rick Barry to please come home.
Talk to you later.
Okay.
All right.
Take care, Bob.
You too, George.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.